All right, we are fixing to head to Lucedale, Mississippi. I'm getting a very late start. I watched the debates last night, and my heart was pounding. It took me forever to go to sleep. Plus, I got to thinking about Joe Biden calling on national TV the president of the United States a clown right to his face twice, and then told him to shut up. Never before in history. Anyway, I'm going to be listening to the radio all the way out to Lucedale, Mississippi. I bet you there's going to be a little chatter about that. All right, fixing to get in the car and let's roll. 6:40 in Arcadia, Louisiana. Going to be a pretty sunrise. Almost into West Monroe. Sun's coming up. Going to be a pretty one. And I gotta pee. 7:40, Rayville, Louisiana. I'm going to stop in Tallulah, get some gas, get a cup of coffee, and, take care of some other business because I've been holding it. Okay, just left Tallulah, Louisiana. I got some gas, got a cup of coffee, and peed for about 15 minutes. And I realized that several things haven't changed in truck stops. Truck drivers still don't know how to flush toilets when they're done using them. They still can't get their paper towels in the trash can. And truck stops are generally filled with really stupid people. Now, I'm not talking about people that work there. I'm talking about people that go there. I had 2 fuel pumps that were working, only 2. And each fuel pump had some pinhead parked in front of it inside the building instead of getting their gas and going to park. Or even if they got their gas and went in and paid and came out. But no, even though they knew there was only 2 fuel pumps working, because the others have cones around them, they went in and did a little shopping and sat and drank their coffee, and they actually had to call these people on the loudspeaker to get them to move their vehicles because there is a line starting at the gas pumps, people needing gas. So I didn't even bother. I just went across the street to the Loves and got my gas. Anyway, yeah, rude people, same thing. Have no change there. Well, it's 10 after 9, and I was going to give you a shot of the Mississippi River when I was going over it, but I was talking to my wife on the phone, so I give you Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, 11 minutes after 9. So we're over halfway there. All right, it's 10:40. I am in Hattiesburg. I'm about 4 miles from Highway 98. And I forgot something very important. I forgot about the time difference. I'm an hour behind, so that means I'm an hour late getting there. I completely forgot about the time difference. Anyway, as soon as I get on 98, I got about another hour and 15 minutes to get there. Oh yeah, interesting tidbit. I'm about 95 miles north of New Orleans right now, which is way too close. That's about 295 miles too close. All right, I think I'm about 20 minutes away. Yeah, about 20 minutes or so. All right, there it is. 11:40. Exactly 6 hours. Exactly. Oh, that was a long drive. Okay, let's go see Ricky. Okay, I'm here. There's Ricky. There's the brains behind the operation. Here's a feral human / just plain common sense. And there's me with a big juicy hamburger. Oh my God, I can't wait to bite into this. Okay. You don't have one. You're not eating today, huh?
Mine's almost rise.
Well, I'm almost back into Jackson, Mississippi. I'm on 49. north of Hattiesburg. It was a very nice visit. We had a good time. It was a little small truck stop, and they only had a couple tables. So we ate our cheeseburgers. We hung around for a little bit, and then people were wanting to sit down, and so we got up and let them have our table, and we went out and chatted outside for a little while, and then we went our separate ways. Good visit, nice trip. By the time I get home, I will have about 750 miles on. So I left there at 12:40. Got there at 11:40, and I was wrong about the time zone. It is in the central time zone, so I was on time. I said 11:30 to noon, and I got there at 11:40, and left at 12:40. So I'm going to go a little bit slower on the way home. You would not believe my fuel mileage. When I get home, I'm going to show you my fuel mileage for this trip. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So I'm going to go a little slower on the way home because I did not tarry on the way out there, since I woke up a little later than I planned because of the debates, which made my heart pound and my head blow up. Okay. See you when I get home. It'll be dark. All right, it's not quite 4 in the afternoon, and we are fixing to cross the Mississippi River again. Here we go. The Big Muddy. It's a big river. You know, I was just thinking, I really can't count the amount of times I've been over this Mississippi River Bridge, this exact one, in my lifetime. And I would say thousands of times. Thousands. Huh, okay. All right, we're in Louisiana. I feel better. 189 miles to the state line, and then probably another 10, 12 miles to my house. We're getting there. 540, Arcadia, Louisiana. I think I'm going to have closer to, I got 702 miles on right now. I'm going to have closer to 800, maybe 675, 680, something like that. I mean, 775, 780, 790, right in there when I get home. Good afternoon, everybody. This is your captain speaking. We'll be landing in about an hour. If you look to your left right now, you'll see the town I lived in for the last 25 years, Sibley, Louisiana. Also, we'll be going through Shreveport shortly. And if you would please, roll your windows up, lock your doors, and please don't flash any money. And thank you for flying BC Airlines. 6:40, we are back in Wascom. I left at 5:40 this morning when the sun was coming up. Sun is going down. And when I get pulled into my garage, I'm going to show you my fuel mileage. It will be about 775 miles. And 2 more minutes we'll be in the garage. Okay, let me put her in park. I don't know if you can see that. It's LED. 774 miles. I averaged 28.6 miles per gallon in this truck. And my overall average for the whole time I've had this truck, which is 2,350 miles, my overall average is 25.7. That 28.6 is just the trip from here to Lucedale, Mississippi and back. It's been a good trip. I'm really glad I got to meet Ricky. We've been friends for a long time and just have never met face to face. I got to meet his wife, and I got to see my friend Rob. Rob drove his motorcycle out there from Bossier City, Louisiana. And he passed me a couple of times on the way back. It looked like fun. It sounded great too, but I was going to catch some footage of him passing me, but the wind was so loud. And I just don't trust myself in this new vehicle with one hand, with the window down, not paying attention to the road. Anyway, I really like this truck. This is the most comfortable vehicle I've ever driven in my life. 6:45, so 13 hours. 13 hours. And that was 775 miles an hour eating cheeseburgers and talking to Ricky and Rob and his wife and Ricky's wife. And so that's a good day. Okay, I'm going to the house.